between the shot clock and the game clock. Jordan, yes, and it counts!
Alright, old school NBA fans, self-research, NBA facts. Got another video for you. As always, thanks to anybody who watches my videos, subscribes to my channel. I really appreciate it. In this video here, I'm doing part 3 of my Finals MVP series, to which debunking this stupid narrative, I'm sure it's just some trolling, clowning kind of thing, but I'm doing them all anyway. 1993, Michael Jordan was the MVP, and there was just no evidence that anybody other than Michael Jordan should have been the MVP, let alone Scottie Pippen. And that's what I'm going to be getting into in this video. This was Michael Jordan's best scoring finals. He went off, he went nuts, he went historic, and there's just nothing Pippen is going to bring to the table that's going to change your mind. People are saying that 91 was the best chance, at least in the first three-peat. And I'm saying Michael Jordan in 1991 had one of the best 10, at least, finals that I've seen in my lifetime from any player in any finals. And I would venture to say maybe even like top 3 or 4. It was that good all around. The records he set, the moments he had. Game 2 was just insane. The best shooting game I've seen from a superstar ever in a finals. No one's ever shot 15 for 18. That's incredible. But 1993, regardless of what idiots like Kendrick Perkins say, oh, Thunder Dan, Dan Marley was actually a very solid defender. Just because Jordan was beating him on the regular doesn't mean he was bad. Jordan was special. When are you guys going to get through your head? There's the rest of the league, and then there was Michael Jordan. He was just different on a whole nother level and plane than any other player you're going to go up against. So in game 1 of the 1993 NBA Finals, that was a pretty good game for the Bulls. They got off to a really hot start. In fact, here's Michael Jordan's first 3 touches of the 93 NBA Finals.
So you'll see Marley paying all his attention to Michael. Forget the help defense.
B.J. Armstrong for 3.
Mark Price and Terrell Brandon pressuring him. Kevin Johnson presents a few different problems, however.
Michael Jordan able to go glass.
Dumas having to guard Pippen as much as he is early in the game here, knowing that Pippen can score or dish it off.
And Bill Cartwright does the scoring.
The Bulls actually went up 20 at one point in the first half. But right before halftime,
Within 9. They were down by 20. Here's Jordan extending. Michael Jordan driving the lane. And he's given the Bulls a 52-41 advantage.
Bulls were up 11 there, I guess. But Phoenix is cutting into that lead. And just to show you what was the score at the end of the third quarter. Remember, the Bulls were up 20 in the first quarter. Phoenix came roaring back, especially in the third quarter.
Marley with 10 of his 14 points in the third quarter. As we head to the fourth, the Bulls 73, the Suns 69.
Bulls up 4. That's it. They're going to have to hold on to that lead. The momentum is all on Phoenix's side. And then this is the critical play of Game 1 at the end.
3 and 4. Barkley for 3.
Still plenty of time left in this basketball game. They need a few breaks, but that's not one of them right there.
Jordan cinched it right there. Barkley hit that 3 to make it 96-90, and then Jordan does what Jordan does. He clinched the game. He does that on so many finals games that I've watched. Now I realize nobody in their right mind would say Scottie Pippen deserved finals MVP over Michael Jordan in the 93 finals. I'm not saying that I've heard that directly, but what I'm doing is I'm putting it out here so people realize it wasn't close, and it's a theme. They're not going to be the same with 2 different opponents. It's just going to be different just because of that. But every series is different. Everybody's got to do different things. Like in 91, it was all about Jordan passing the ball. Now, he did shoot the ball tremendous, but passing the ball is something he did really well. In 92, he had to focus more on the scoring because the Bulls just needed it. There was a game that Horace Grant and Bill Cartwright combined for like 5 points. He had to score. John Paxson wasn't scoring in 92 like he was in 91, and B.J. Armstrong wasn't quite there yet like he was in 93. Game 1, 93 finals. Michael Jordan goes 14 for 28, 50% from the field, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 5 steals, 1 block, 3 for 4 from the line, 31 points, 25.9 game score. I think most people would say, yeah, that's a really good game. But he's got 2 more levels than that. Scottie Pippen went 12 for 20, 60%. That's really good. He had 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, no blocks. He went 3 for 9 from the line, though. That wasn't very good. 27 points. But he had a good game, really good. Close to Jordan. His game score was 20.2. It was. Overall, it was close, but just not quite as good as Jordan in Game 1. That's as close as Pippen is going to get to Jordan in any game in the finals was Game 1, and still Jordan had the better game. Game 2, here's Michael Jordan's first touch of the game.
Antonio to win that series for the Phoenix Suns.
Johnson with the steal. Battled away by Jordan and scooped up by Pippen, leading to the fast break. Jordan, yes.
So Game 2 is a little bit closer, but here's the end of the first quarter and into the second quarter. Some highlights.
A first quarter that was tied 10 times, but after one, Charles Barkley very much into it. 4 of 6, 12 points. It's the Suns 29 and the Bulls 28.
He held up his hands and the officials went along with the call.
Game is tied at 31. Michael Jordan came up very strong in the playoffs the last couple of years. Michael Jordan with a sweet stroke, facing a double team as Miller comes over to help and leaves Scott Williams open, and he takes it to the hole. Nobody back for the Suns. It's Jordan. Bob Rashad, Hannah Storm, Bob Costas will be along at halftime. Here's Jordan. Oh, what a pass for Horace Grant.
You talk about beautiful, unselfish basketball.
Not finish it. Jordan. The Bulls lead 47 to 39. Michael has hit his last 4, and he has 15 points. Been close, and 3 of the losses after the All-Star break. Jordan on the recovery.
Jordan couldn't extend, but Marley goes back and gets a body on him right there to prevent him from scoring, but Jordan recovers more quickly than Dan Marley. Ahmad overheard Phil Jackson telling the Bulls they like the tempo, they feel they're in control as Michael Jordan tips it in.
Chambers and Marley, they continue the double up. Shot clock at 1. King gets inside.
Again, we're talking about team defense.
Chris Webber and Sean Bradley.
So the Bulls are up 6 at halftime. It was close, and it was even close in the second half. Here's what happened in the fourth quarter, where the GOAT took command of this series.
Michael has 32 points.
Jordan steps back on the floor. You have to pay special attention. He has the mentality of taking the ball to the basket and then so good finishing with either right or left.
Michael Jordan. He's getting good looks.
Gang rebounding by Chicago. Everybody tries to help out.
And Jordan able to finish it off in 57 seconds remaining of the game. Jordan to the fadeaway. Michael Jordan with another big shot. He has 38 points. Following the series of fakes, Michael Jordan makes it 40 points. And the Bulls with a 106-98 lead. Jordan is 2 of 3 from the line. Seconds to go.
The Suns must play.
So the Bulls make it 2-0. The Bulls 111. The Suns 108. Charles Barkley 42 points, 13 rebounds. Michael Jordan 42 points, 12 rebounds, and 9 assists. Just shy of a triple-double.
So I'm giving it to you from 2 different angles. You're going to get the video evidence and you're going to get the stat sheet. Here's game 2, stat sheet. Michael Jordan, again, shot 50%, 18 for 36. He had 12 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals, 0 blocks, 4 for 5 from the line, 42 points, 31.7 game score. This was a very high-scoring series. So the points were going to have to come from somewhere. Yes, Pippen was going to have to chip in. They got some from Horace Grant on some games. They got some from B.J. Armstrong in some games. But Pippen was going to have to chip in. But Jordan was going to have to go even higher. Like 30, 35 points. That was not going to win you this series. He had to score 42 points. Scottie Pippen goes 5 for 12, 41.7% from the field. He also had 12 rebounds, 12 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 5 for 7 from the line, 15 points. Now, he had a good all-around game, a triple-double. Nobody's disputing that Pippen didn't have a good game. But come on, Jordan shot 36 shots and maintained a 50% efficiency. That's otherworldly. Pippen's game score is 16.2. It's about half of what Jordan's was. Game 3, Phoenix was very desperate, and the Bulls had chances to win this game. Jordan was not good in the fourth quarter, but Scottie Pippen had a chance to put this game away in regulation and in double overtime, and this is what he came up with in both occasions.
In the fourth quarter, has not been able to get going. Draws the double team and gives it up. Pippen with an air ball.
To get a stop and rebound the basketball.
Oh, Jordan slipped. Nearly traveled. Pippen, that was deflected short, and Barkley gets to it. 10 seconds left in the second overtime. The Suns are down by 2. Marley, yes! Dan Marley has tied the game at 114. Timeout called by Chicago.
What can I tell you? That's what he did. He had chances to win the games. He's Mr. Clutch over here. Now you know why Phil Jackson sat you down in '94 instead of Kukoc. He probably remembered, well, Pippen's not good at hitting last-second shots or putting the game out of reach or however you want to look at it. It's just not your game, Pippen. You're a stat sheet filler. Assists, rebounds, steals, that kind of thing. That's your game, and there's nothing wrong with that. But the clutch shooting stuff, come on. You were never that guy. Creating your own shot, no. You're a fast break guy. You're a follow-up, a missed shot guy. You're, a 10, 12-foot bank shot guy, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. You're just not Michael Jordan. You're just not, but who is? Game 3, Michael Jordan had a pretty good game. 19 for 43, 44.2% from the field. That's not horrible. 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 3 for 6 from the line, though. He did struggle free throw line this series. 44 points, game score of 26.1. Pippen, on the other hand, he was horrible shooting the ball. 12 for 35, 34.3%. 10 rebounds, 9 assists, 1 steal, 3 blocks, 2 for 2 from the line, 26 points. He had a game score of 15.5. He tried to be Michael Jordan in this game, taking 35 shots. But he just isn't. He can't maintain that efficiency. Pippen knows this, but he just tried to keep up with Jordan. He couldn't. That's the issue. Pippen needs to pick his spots, give you that 16 to 22 points a game. That's fine. Nothing wrong with that. But just stop it with the he deserved the finals MVP stuff. Just cut it out. Game 4. This is the one that Michael Jordan went historic. He scored the most points in a finals game since Rick Barry in 1967. Even after that, in the last 32 years, no one has scored 55 points. And nobody since 1967. So that comes to what? I'm guessing that's about what? The last 58 finals. No one has scored 55 points. Here's what MJ did in Game 4, right here.
Jordan with some room. 11 of 16, 27 points. Block. Jordan around Marley. Jordan all the way! Yes! And it counts!
Michael is dangerous when he gets the rebound and he can go coast to coast. He's going to dunk on 2 guys.
In one half. That is shared by Isaiah Thomas and Michael Jordan.
And score back at him.
That has not been one of Charles's fortes, shooting from downtown. Michael Jordan, 14 for 20. He has 33 points. Jordan around Dumas. Yes! And it counts!
Your man on Jordan Dumas is good, except he's got to guard him off the dribble, which is bad. Richard Dumas cannot play Michael Jordan off the dribble. Couple jumpers early, which got his confidence level up. Right now, he's just 2 for 9 from the floor. Not real confident shooting.
Michael Jordan, very confident shooting the ball. 41 for Jordan. Second disparity between the shot clock and the game clock. Jordan, yes! And it counts! Gunning for point number 55. Fires. So the Chicago Bulls have taken a 3-1 lead Suns.
And the game clincher at the end, as you saw. That basket when he got fouled by Barkley, that clinched the game and really the series. But Phoenix fought back, no doubt about it. Game 4, Michael Jordan went 21 for 37. That's something near what he did in the Boston series back in 1986. It was something along those lines. 56.8%, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, no steals, no blocks, 13 for 18 from the line, 55 points. His game score, 38.9. Ridiculous. Scottie Pippen, it's not even worth mentioning, but he goes 7 for 14, 50%, 6 rebounds, 10 assists, 1 steal, no blocks, 0 for 2 from the line, 14 points, a game score of 9.6. I mean, come on. One guy's getting 55, the other guy's getting 14. I know that's not a regular thing, but it just shows you what one guy can do. Jordan doesn't score under 15 points. He never did in his entire playoff career. Game 5, that was a Phoenix win. They led the whole way through. The Bulls never really could cut into it. It was just Phoenix all the way. They wanted that thing back to Phoenix. So it was 3-2 at that point. Game 5, Jordan had a good game. The rest of the team, fair. Phoenix just came ready to play. They were desperate, and they won. They deserved it. Jordan in Game 5 was 16 for 29, 55.2%. 7 rebounds, 7 assists, no steals, 2 blocks, 7 for 10 from the line, 41 points. That's the 4th game in a row of 40 or more. Game score of 30.7. Scottie Pippen was 8 for 20, 40%, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 6 for 8 from the line, 22 points, and a game score of 13.8. Again, it's just no comparison, I know. Game 6, the Bulls were winning the game, and in the 4th quarter, they opened the door and Phoenix came into it. The Bulls couldn't do anything. In fact, I think nobody other than Jordan scored except for Paxson's 3 at the end. It was ridiculous. What a joke. And just to show you, here's what midway through the 4th quarter looked like.
Bulls 0 for 5 from the field in the 4th quarter. It will be Phoenix ball. Passed on the shot. Pippen. Rebound Marley. 5:25 remaining in the game. Jordan getting the good look. 5 minutes remaining in the 4th. Here is Jordan. Yes. Here is Jordan. Yes.
It was ugly, wasn't it? And then this is the last sequence of the game and the series.
Pitches back to Frank Johnson. Rebounded by Michael Jordan. Now Frank Johnson, not the man that the Suns would have wanted to take that shot, and Jordan is able to go the distance.
To get a full head of steam, try to keep him in the middle of the floor.
Well, Pippen got the step. Here's Paxson for 3. Yes! The Bulls take a 1-point lead, and Phoenix calls for time with 3 9/10 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter. Oliver Miller plays it. Here's Johnson. Johnson gets, no, he could not get it off. Knocked away by Grant. It's all over. The Chicago Bulls have made it 3 straight NBA championships.
So as you saw, Michael Jordan got the rebound, took it all the way down, made the layup to cut it to 2. Now they had to get a stop. They did. I've heard people like LeBron James say, oh, well, Jordan didn't have anything to do with that play. That went from Pippen to Horace Grant to John Paxson. Okay, that is factually true. Look close at where the eyes of the Phoenix players were. I'm talking Kevin Johnson, Dan Marley, Charles Barkley. Look where their eyes are focused on. They're not focused on John Paxson. They're not even looking his direction. They are looking at, for them, the left side of the court. Jordan is over here to the left. All the attention is going here. Pippen's in the middle. Grant's back here. Yes, they got Grant accounted for, but everybody thinks it's going to Jordan. He's a decoy in that play, so he absolutely had something to do with that play. How else would John Paxson get wide open for a three-pointer that would beat Phoenix. How does that happen? If Jordan played no role in that final play, how does John Paxson get wide open like that? It's really simple. People assumed Jordan was going to take that last shot. And actually, he usually does. So that's actually a smart defense. But by losing track of John Paxson, Jordan's decoy that Phil Jackson or whoever drew up was genius, because all the attention went over there. Jordan didn't go to the middle of the floor to muddy things up. He stayed way over on the left side so that John Paxson had a wide open three. Obviously, this play was drawn up. I mean, it literally went Pippen to Grant. I mean, Grant didn't even hesitate. He just took the ball immediately, threw it to Paxson. Watch the replay. And then Horace Grant made the best play of his career. That was the second best play of his career. The best play of his career is when he blocked Kevin Johnson to deny them to win the game, because they would have won it had Phoenix hit that shot. And no, they wouldn't have won the series. That's another thing people get messed up all the time. What about Paxson's shot in Game 6? He didn't need Paxson or Steve Kerr in 97. That was just to make it a Game 7. That just would have forced a Game 7 had those guys missed. But yeah, those guys hit the shots. I know it's hard to imagine Jordan actually is allowed to have teammates with him. He's not out there by himself. I know that's hard to fathom for all you LeBron fans, but he actually does have 4 other guys on the floor. It's required. You actually have to have 5 guys on the floor at once. So Game 6, Michael Jordan goes 13 for 26, 50%. He had 8 rebounds, 7 assists, 1 steal, no blocks, 4 for 6 from the line, 33 points. It's a good game. Not a great game, but a good game, a solid game. His game score was 24.5. The only game in the whole series where it was under 25. Scottie Pippen in Game 6 was 10 for 22, 45.5%, 12 rebounds, which was nice, 5 assists, 4 steals, no blocks, 3 for 7 from the line. He was not shooting good at the line at all in this series. 23 points. His game score was 18.5. Another little nugget about Game 6, Horace Grant went 0 for 5, 1 point. That's nice from your third best player to get 1 point. Yeah, that's great. And Bill Cartwright, the starting center, he went 1 for 3, 2 points. So that means your power forward and center combined got you 3 points out of 1 for 8 from the field. I wonder if there's ever been an instance in NBA Finals history where a power forward and center starting combined for 3 points. That would be tough to find. If anybody has the time, let me know. That's crazy. The series as a whole, Michael Jordan shot 101 for 199, 50.8%. That's excellent. His third finals in a row shooting over 50%. 51 rebounds, 38 assists, 10 steals, 4 blocks. He was 34 for 49 from the line. That's really not that good. That's like 69%. 41 points per game. His average game score was 29.6. He shot 10 for 25 from the 3, 40%. Scottie Pippen shot 54 for 123. That comes to 43.9%. That's much lower than Jordan. He had 55 rebounds, which is only 4 more than what Michael Jordan had. 46 assists, only 8 more than Jordan. 12 steals, 2 more than Jordan. 6 blocks, 2 more than Jordan. Free throws, 19 for 35. Again, shooting worse than Jordan at the line. It was not good at all. That was like about 53% from the line. Terrible. He averaged 21.2 points a game, though. That was good, no doubt. But Jordan is doubling him on points per game. Pippen's average game score was 15.6, about half of what Jordan's was. And he was 0 for 6 from the three-point line. So yeah, obviously 93 is a no contest. Surely no idiot's going to come in here like some other clown came in talking about the last 2. Oh, but Pippen's defense, that's the most important side of the ball. Defense is more of a team unit thing. Sure, a guy can be a really good defender and help lock down a certain player and all that, but that guy can also get picked out. It's always going to be more of a collective on defense. But sure, there can be standout defenders. There are standout defenders, and Pippen was one, no question. But Come on. You think Pippen's defense is going to match what Michael Jordan was doing in those first 3 finals offensively? Please. And it's not like Jordan is some bad defender either. Look at what he was doing to those guys. Don't want to hear it. Stay off my channel with your trolling. So at the end of the day, the records that Michael Jordan got in the 93 finals. 4 straight 40-plus point games, NBA record. The most points per game average in an NBA Finals at 41.0, NBA record. Not a record, but one of 3 players ever to score 55 or more points in a Finals game. That was Elgin Baylor, had 61 in 1962. Rick Barry had 55 in 1967, and Michael Jordan 55 in 93. But that also makes it the highest scoring Finals game in the last 58 years. Pretty impressive. I think Jerry West had 53 points in 1969, which would have been the second most. But as you can see, again, Michael Jordan wasn't fooling around. Clearly the best player on the Bulls. Clearly deserved Finals MVP. And hopefully no joker, even in jest, even trolling, doesn't come in here and try to make some case against Michael Jordan. You guys are exposing and embarrassing yourself by the day. Man, can't believe how desperate you guys are to talk about Finals MVPs. That's one thing. Next thing you know, it's going to be, Jordan's vertical really wasn't that high. That's going to be the next thing. Something ridiculous like that, because it's all been ridiculous. Anyway, that's all I got for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, please hit the like button. If you wouldn't mind sharing it, that would be great. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. I give daily content. And that's it. Until next time.